Hi, welcome to the Tabs and Icons video series. In this video, we're going to look at how to create a search table for data retrieval. My name is Karo Ezuzu, and I'm going to be your anchor. Now, let's look at the data we're going to use. We have this hypothetical data showing the region, the products, sales date, month, as well as sales value. Now, we can actually sort this data to get what sales were done by a particular region. We can also sort by what sales was done by a particular product or a particular month. Now, rather than do those sorting, we are going to apply a search method where we can actually key in a particular search value, and then the system will generate all items concerning that value for us. Let's see an example of what we are trying to create. Now, this is the search table we want to create. I have the whole of this search table representing all the data with a value of sales. Now, all I need to do is to key in a search item here. Say here I've said enter the search data. So if I enter West, for example, it means I'm looking for only values that have to do with West region. So I type in West and I hit my enter key, and I get only transactions concerning the West region. I can look at South, for example. I type in South and I get transactions only for South region. I type in North and I get transactions only for North region. But I can also sort using product by typing a particular product, star for example, and this is all star. I can type another product. Let me type Golda and I have this. I can also type by month. Assuming I want to know what was done in April, I type April. But if I type in an item that doesn't occur in any of these search parameters, assuming I type in Fanta and I hit this, it's telling me the search data is not found. So this is how to use the search table, and that's how we're going to learn how to create this. So to start, I'm going to create a worksheet. I'm going to create an empty worksheet here. What am I doing? Okay, I have an empty worksheet here. So I'm going to make this first one wider than the others and make this one also a bit wide. Let me leave this like this. Now, in achieving this data search table, I've used three functions, which is the filter function, which is only available to users or subscribers to Microsoft 365. I've also used the isNumber as well as the search. Now, I've created a separate video covering filter in depth on the YouTube channel. So if you are not very much at home with the filter function, you can watch that video on the filter function. So I'm going to look at how the other two works. Let's look at our data. Assuming I'm going to get information about, say, West, and I type West here, and I say search here, and let me know those ones that are West, and I use the search. It's going to ask me what am I searching for, and I hit this number. I'm going to search for this. Now the search is a spilled function, so yeah, I don't need to hold that value fixed, and it's asking me within where. Now I've taken West and it's within the whole of this place, and I hit my enter key, and we can see it's showing 1 in some places. Wherever you find 1, that means that region is West. But I want to also look at it. What if I say, is this particular one a number? It will tell me true. If this is not a number, it will tell me false. So what I'm going to do is come here and say, search if that is a number. isNumber is a function. That means is this value ending with a number? And if I hit my enter key, you see all those ones that are 1, it will be telling me true. If I change this to East, now you will notice that has also changed. So what I'm going to use the filter function to do is to create a filter that everything that has true here will be pulled together as a separate entity, like a filtering device. So let's go to our sheet and continue. Now I have this. First, I'm going to bring out all the features, that's the headings. I can start from here and I take equal to. I'm going to my data to take the whole of those headers. So I'm going to just copy this one to the right. Let me copy to this place. Okay, this one is not there. I highlight the whole of these ones and I widen them so they can accommodate the items. So this is the various headings. I make this bold. Now the next thing is I'm going to I'll create a serial number here later. That one is not a serious issue. I'm going to create a serial number here. So the next thing is I'm going to create a sort of a mirror here, which is usually the search icon. I can go straight to my insert. If you're having Office 365, you will see under insert this icon. If you click this, it will take you to a menu where you can actually look for the search icon. But I naturally prefer to go to Google rather and you type search. Now you will see a lot of search icons there. Now what I'm going to use, I prefer to use this one that have like an eye there. So it's either I copy this or I use the sniping tool and snipe that particular item out. So I'm going to use my sniping tool and bring out this one neatly here. I copy this one, move straight and paste it in my Excel. So I don't want to save this. I don't need this. I go back to my cell and I can paste it somewhere here. Now I'm going to size this one fairly and then move it here. So this is okay here. Let me reduce this one. Okay, so I can size this one, make it a little bit big and bring it. This is cool. So that is going to be my search icon. Now this particular spot here, I'm just going to change the color. That's not necessary anyway. We're going to change the color. So I'm going to link my search text into this particular cell. So I'm just coming here to create a cell. Let me take this arrow and I'm going to say here that key in your search item here. So I can say enter search data. Okay. Enter search data there. So when you see that arrow, you know you're going to enter your search data in that particular place. So my search data will go into this place. I can reduce a little bit. Okay, this is cool. Great. Now the next thing is I want to have all the summation here. So if I select a particular item, I want to have the sum of sales. So I'm also going to change that color. Like I said, that's not very necessary. And I'm going to put a summation there. So here will be total sales. Total sales for that particular item. Now let me make this bigger. And I think this is okay. I'm going to put at the center. Cool. So this will be the sum. This is going to be the link cell. Now all I need to do now is to create my filter button to bring out anything I key in here. So I'm going to have my search criteria to be region, products, and probably month. Yeah. So I'll use 3 criteria. I'm going to say filter. Now filter will usually give us an array. So I'm coming here to say filter the whole of this place. Now I don't want to hold it fixed like I said because I'm using a spill function. So I take a comma. The next thing is rather than say include, what's it going to include? I want that number, those ones that are number, include first search. What are you searching for? I want to search for whatever is in this place. Now, like I said, I don't need to hold it filled because these functions I'm using, they are all spill functions. So I'm going to take a comma and it's asking me within. So like I said, I'm going to use 3 criteria. So I'm going to select the 3 region. So I'm coming here. The first one is within this place. I will say and within the next one too. And I will take and I'll take the last one, which is month. I'll close that bracket twice because I've used 2 indented functions. I take a comma. The next is asking if empty, which is equivalent to the if error or if any. So I'm going to say if empty, it should give me something like search data not found. Is that spelling correct? Search data not found. Okay. Search data not found. Now I have all the values here. Okay, however, I guess these cells are too wide. Let me reduce them. Fantastic. So this is date. I'm going to format this as date. I come here and I select this short date. This is okay. I'm formatting this as number, and I think my work is fairly done. Now, I'm going to put in a number here, but I want my number to be dynamic because I know the transaction numbers will vary. So what I'm going to do is, if I have a value here, let this be number. If I have a value here, let it be adding to that particular value. So I'm going to say if that cell is test. Now I just use its number because its number looks at a number, but its test look at a cell whether it is a number. So if this is a test, what happens? I'm saying it should give me 1 on that first cell. Otherwise, it should just put a space there. And I hit my enter key. It's telling me 1. Now, when I get to this place, let me copy this down and adjust this a little bit. If it is a test, it should add 1 to the previous value. Otherwise, it should create just space. And I think that's cool. So I'm going to copy this down. Let me stop somewhere here. Okay. Now that is dynamic now. So what I've just done, I've linked that to this particular place. All I need to do is come here, key in a particular number. Let me change this one also to make it more beautiful. Okay, let me put it this way. And also let me place this one here and use the same value I've used there. Okay, I think this is getting better now. I'm going to take this, come here, and also do this. Yeah, my work is getting better and done. Now, this is all I need. So I come here, I key in any of my search items. I can start with region. Let me type West, for example. I type in West, and let me make this. Okay, this is cool. So West, there are 13 transactions. What about if I type in South? I have this. What about if I'm searching by product? I want to type in a particular product. Let me take HAP, which is one of the products. I type in HAP and I get this 11. You can see that the serial number ended at 11 and stopped there, which is quite dynamic. If I have another one, I type in Golda and I hit my enter. There are 10 of them. Now, I want to have my submission here. So I can say equal to sum. I come here and then highlight this down to any length so that I can always have my values well. That is my sum. I want to make that red and then bold. I'm running this video from Nigeria and the currency is NGN. That's the currency symbol. So I'm going to currency symbol and I want to select NGN for Nigeria. NGN. This is NGN for Nigerian Naira. So I clicked and I think this is fair. Let me reduce this. Okay. Now, if I type in anything like April, let me type in April. April, I get this with the sales amount. If I pick in another value, star, which is a product, I come in, I get this. Now, if I type in an item that does not exist, let me type in something like Fanta. You tell me search data not found. So this is how to use the search table to be able to extract all information from another data file or from another data range to be able to collate information that relates to what you are searching for. Now, remember the filter function is only available to subscribers of Office 365. So now I can take out my grid lines. I go to view and I take out the grid lines. Makes my job better. So I can come here, click this, go down and then put in, let's just take this. So this is how my table will look like. So I can toggle in this place, type in Heineken. Is this correct here? And I take this. So I have all Heineken. I type in, I have all East, and this is how the data extraction table is used. Thank you very much for listening. In other videos, you are going to see much more of what Excel can do. Bye-bye.